guys, this is J.C.DESIGN and I am Joseph Connor, and welcome to my third installment of my Zero to Hero Photoshop course. Today I'm going to be covering the subject of gradients and silhouettes. I don't have much time today, so this tutorial is going to be really quick, and I just wanted to cover the basics of how to create silhouettes and how to use your gradients to enhance your silhouettes. So let's just get straight into Photoshop here and I'll show you what I mean. So here I have an image. We have a very defined silhouette, and behind we have a gradient. And now the gradient is a separate layer and the silhouette is a separate layer too. I made this image from a photograph, and I'm going to show you how you can create the same effect. So what we will do is we will go into our assets folder. So if you hit Control or Command O, and wherever you've saved your assets folder, just double click on the assets folder and there'll be two images in there. You can either pick that one or you can pick that one. For the purposes of the video, I'm going to pick the original one that I had. So let me just open that one up. And there we go. We have the original image. Okay, so the image is kind of very silhouette-y anyway. And I'm going to be covering in the next installment of this. There'll be another video highlighting how you can actually silhouette images that don't look like silhouettes. But for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a silhouette into a silhouette. so please follow along. But you've got to agree that it is quite a cool little effect that you could apply to maybe some artwork. So you just, maybe if you want to enhance your website and kind of change things up. So let me just get into it. Right, the first thing we need to do is obviously you need to open your image. And with it being a very high contrasty image, like we have lots of darks in the foreground and lights in the background, this is going to be a quite a quick process. So the first thing we need to do to create our silhouette is we need to go up to Image, and then we need to go down to Adjustments and then down to Threshold, and click on Threshold, and then you'll get all this kind of craziness. What the hell is this? Yeah, okay, it's a silhouette, but what about this? We need to fix this area. It's really simple. All we need to do is when you open up your image, depending on the image you have, you'll have a graph like this. So you'll have like a big graph and then another big graph here, and then you'll have a small plane. What we need to do is we need to pull this little arrow along until it gets roughly in the center. So you can do this by eye, it doesn't have to be exact, but make sure that you don't have any of kind of these whispery bits. So once you're happy with the image and you think it's silhouette-y, then yeah, that's cool. Then press OK. And now we have a layer. And yeah, okay, we've got a silhouette there, and that's kind of an easy process. So there's a silhouette done. Now we need to put the gradient in the background. But how can we do that? Because we're on one layer. So what we need to do is we need to remove the white from the background, and then we can place our gradient layer behind to represent the sun or the sky. So what we do is we'll left click on our mouse over the layer, and then we go duplicate layer, click OK, and now we have two layers which are exactly the same, so nothing's changed. But what we want to do is we want to take away the background of this layer, of the layer that we had. The reason I'm duplicating these layers is it's good to keep a master layer as kind of a reference point. So if you go wrong on this layer, you can just kind of delete it and then go back to where you started, basically. So we'll turn this layer off, and then we'll go into the layer that we've just created. If we hit W on the keyboard, so if you hit W, it'll bring up the wand tool, the magic wand tool. Now usually you're probably thinking, oh well, I want to get rid of the background, let's click on the background, and then that will select the white. But the thing is, Well, you can do it that way. You can do it either way. But the way I like to do it is I like to do it the opposite way. So I like to click on the actual silhouette, and then I like to. So if you take your magic wand, and then so if you take your magic wand, hover it over the area that you want to select. So this is all black, and it'll select all of the black. So we select that. But as you can see, the magic wand hasn't really gone up into this kind of this little tree area here. Um, so what will we do there? We'll hit W, and then we'll hit Shift, and then that's like, you know, an extra 2 seconds of my life taken up there. There's a quick way to do it. Because we have a white and a black definition on this image, because we're selecting the black, what you need to do is you need to go to the magic wand tool, and then you need to hover over the area that you've selected, but don't click on it, and then hit the left mouse button, and then you'll get a little tab like this. And now what we need to select is similar. So select similar, click on similar, and now what that'll do is it'll select all of the same colored pixels. So we have predominantly black selected here, and it'll select all the rest of the black pixels. So it's just a time saver, really. It saves you time having to go in and select all these little bits and pieces. With one click you can select everything. I mean, this is a good image to do that, to use that select similar, but sorry, to select similar, but usually if you try it on multicolored images, it doesn't really work out so well. So anyway, yeah, bit of a long-winded way of telling you, but that's the way it works. So we want to separate the background from the foreground, and the easy way to do that is if you hit Command or Command C or Control C, Command C, that will copy the background. And now what we want to do is make a new copy of that. So hit Command or Control V, and now we have a copy. So if we take this layer away, now we can see that the background is no longer there, right? So job done, really. So we just get rid of kind of that layer, and what we want to do now is we want to create a little like sunny gradient background. And the way we do that is if you go down to your gradients, which is, let me just get rid of this little box because it flicks out. If you go down to your gradients, which are here, the shortcut for gradients is G. And if you want to adjust your style of gradient, usually just keep it on the first one. And if you want kind of orange white, you can change your colors here. So this will be the top color here, and this will be the bottom color. So sunshine, sunrise is kind of orangey. So there we go. And now if you take your little crosshair like this, and then just drag it down the page, holding the mouse, and let go. Oh, sorry. Made a mistake there. Let's go back. Okay, so what we need to do now that we've selected our gradient and got the right color, we need to make a new layer. So you go down to this little tab here, and then make a new layer. Now this layer is going to be on top of the foreground. So what we did before, when we did that, it's going to be on top now. So take your gradient tool and make the gradient like that. Okay, cool. But because it's on top, we need to put it behind. And the way you put it behind is you grab the layer and you can just pull it down till it kind of sits in between the first master layer and the second layer, and it'll probably highlight itself there. So once it highlights, just let go. So yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. It is just a quick one today. I just wanted to take you over the basics of creating silhouettes and gradients. In the next episode, I will take you into a more in-depth, detailed kind of overview of how to create silhouettes and use your gradients on images that aren't necessarily silhouettes, really. So, well, there is one other thing I wanted to kind of tell you guys. I found this really cool site the other day, which is called Morgfile, and if you go to it, it's just www.morgfile.com, and then if you get to the website, it has kind of a variety of free stock images. So if you're looking for a particular image to maybe like test out uh, my tutorials, or you just want to kind of play around with some effects that you're learning in Photoshop, this is a great resource that you can go to. So if you put in, like, I don't know, car, then you'll get like 50,000 pictures, totally kind of stock, totally free. You can just download them. So if you go, maybe I don't know what that is, to be honest. So if we go into this image here, then you can just download the image. So yeah, that it's quite a cool little resource that you can use if you're stuck trying to find images, or stock kind of forgotten commercially free images. Then that's quite a cool little website you can go to. So yeah, anyway, this has been a bit of a rush tutorial. I do apologize. In the next episode, I will be covering this in more detail. I really hope you've enjoyed the tutorial, and I really hope it helps you out in some of your projects. If you like the tutorial and you want to stay tuned for more, please subscribe. But if you don't like this video, then don't don't subscribe. Okay, so anyway, guys, I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next episode.